we are drinking some Christina Gruner, a refreshing, crisp white wine that comes from Austria. Christina, not only is it a beautiful label, but the story is pretty beautiful too. Christina Netzel is the winemaker. She grew up, this was a family vineyard, and at 5 years old, she started working in the vineyard. So she started making wine at 5 years old. And in 2013, they began the process of becoming an organic vineyard. They removed the herbicides, then removed all the pesticides. And in 2018, they became certified organic. And they released the line of all natural wines, the Christina. Gruner, rosé, red, orange.
Mm-hmm. And one we haven't tried yet.
Right. And don't know how to pronounce.
But we will. Well, and what's cool about this, you can see the label too. I know she showed that, but all these little bugs on here are put on here on purpose because they're just trying to highlight the beneficial bugs to their vineyards. Since they went, pesticide and herbicide free, I think they rely a lot on the good bugs to help keep their plants healthy. So cool. I'm like, what is that? A ladybug, a praying mantis, and some other things I don't know what they are. But that's a cool little fun fact. Great spring label.
Pairs well with chicken, light fish, other seafood.
And Gruner is actually, so you can mostly only find it in Austria. And it's known as kind of maybe an exotic alternative to a Sauvignon Blanc. So if you like Sauvignon Blanc, you'll probably like this too.
It's very refreshing. And the Gruner grape, the Gruner's very different from other Gruners that I've had. It's crazy how different and complex wine is, how one Gruner tastes so much different than another. Same with rosé or any other grape.
Yeah. I wonder if that has to do with their approach to the herbicide, pesticide.
Yeah. Occasionally you'll see a little bit of sediment in the more natural wines.
Yeah. Okay, so next we have a red table wine. This one marks 90 points on Wine Spectator. I'll just bring it up here. This is a Mencia wine, Marque de Toro. And this one grows from a vineyard in Spain. The vineyard that they grow this from is like 40 to 60-year-old vineyards. So that's pretty cool that they've kept the same thing going for that long. And the flavorings on this, I guess we'll pour some real quick. They can see the color. So you can see it's a dark ruby color here. And the flavors that you're going to taste are a blackberry and blueberry aroma. And it also has smoky cedar oak notes. So I'm going to take a sip real quick.
Somebody's coming in.
So this one has notes of blackberry, blueberry, and some cedar oak smoky notes.
Mm-hmm. Smoky. I definitely get that.
So I love opening a bottle of this when I'm about to make some chicken parmesan, any type of Italian food, of course. But it also pairs well with your cooking game.
Good with steak.
Yeah, good with steak. So definitely a great table wine. If you love drinking red wine at the table or family events, I definitely recommend this one. So come in and try it.
Yeah. These are our featured wines this week. Before we move on to our dessert, celebration, breakfast wine, these are the three featured wines. We have a wine of the week this week that was the Ruby Red cans. The Ruby Red cans are grapefruit wine. And 4 cans are equivalent to 1.5 bottles. We also have it in the bottle and still and sparkling. The cans are the still version. And these are $16 for a 4-pack. And that was the wine of the week this week. Next week, we will have a new wine of the week. But before we move on to that wine of the week, we'll move on to the Andre Delorme Brut Rose Cuvée. And this is a champagne, so it is from the Champagne region.
That's what I was about to ask if it's a champagne, because it's a Cuvée Rosé champagne. Nice.
So it's one of the champagnes that Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy does not own. Seems like they own all the rest of Champagne. I love that.
So I was looking at like, what is a cuvee exactly? So I was looking that up, and what I found out, it's an old French term for basically like a vat, or you know what they used to put those wines in, just a large vat. And historically they would mix different vats together, you know, maybe if there were some left in each, mix them all together and still bottle it. But a cuvee means that it's wine that was specifically just from one batch. So they didn't mix batches. When you're drinking a cuvee, you're drinking one that just came out of one by itself.
Nice.
So that's kind of random fun fact.
Yeah.
In there.
It is made from the Pinot Noir grape. It is described as bright and fun. See like those bubbles?
It's like fruity.
A little bubbly. Yeah, it has notes of raspberry and other red fruits.
It's kind of fruity, flowery. It's nice.
Yeah. And it doesn't have that champagne aftertaste. We were talking about this the first time we tasted this. It doesn't have that. Sometimes champagne has, or cuvee or cava has, like a bitter aftertaste, and this just doesn't have that. It has a lingering fruit finish, but no bitterness.
It's very fruity and florally. I like that. Great.
So next week's wine of the week is the Christina Orange. So we talked about Christina Gruner. Christina Orange is an orange wine, and it's actually, the Christina Orange is a Chardonnay grape. It becomes an orange wine when it is fermented in the skin. So normally white wines are pressed and then fermented, pressed out of the skin and then fermented, whereas orange wines are left in the skins. They're fermented in the skins, and the Christina Orange ferments for 18 days in the skins. Then they press the wine, and then they store it for 4 months in stainless steel vats. So,
and being like an organic wine, I noticed like when I had a bottle of the orange, you can see kind of that sediment in the bottom. That must be like that sediment from the orange peel and such. So
the Christina Orange is a big wine. It's very bold and fruity, mild to medium acidity, and refreshing. Great for spring.
Yeah, it's nice when you get, you have your reds, your whites, your champagnes, and so it's nice to have orange in there. It's something new that I never would have tried before. So.
And it's not sweet. It's a dry white wine, an orange wine. So. P.S. We have some Easter baskets available. Can we go that one?
Yeah.
So just in time for Easter next week and spring, we put together some baskets. But you can come in and customize your own basket. They range anywhere from $10 up to whatever you want to put in there. So we just thought we'd show you. This one has Roots, Sparkling Rosé, Grapefruit, Ruby Red, Grapefruit Rosé, a couple of the specialty candy bars from Seattle Chocolates.
In this one, we've got our wine chips. There's 3 different flavors. The Manchego, we have blue cheese, and Gouda, smoked Gouda on those. Really great. A local candle from Lionheart Creations. So that's in there. That's soy-based candle. Really great. You should just come in and smell them, see. Wine bottle openers, wine charms, and you can choose your bottle. We've got a Christina Rosé in here as well. So.
And then we also have not only wine, but we also have a nice selection of beer. So you can throw together a little beer basket. This has a variety 6-pack, as well as our maple bacon peanuts, and a little bottle opener for your beer.